This sports broadcast made possible with support from the following. The Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their over 35 area McDonald's restaurants today. Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin and Genesis of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? It's Rosen Express online buying made simple. Visit rosenhyundai.com or genesisofalgonquin.com. Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland. For all your heating or cooling needs, count on Custom Heating and Cooling, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. For the best pizza in town, Wise Guys Pizzeria in South Elgin. Check out our new and improved online ordering at I'mAWiseGuy.com. Tom the Plumber is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at TomThePlumberInc.com. And Daryl Barnes Photography for portraits, family and graduation photos, sports team photos, and more. Contact Daryl Barnes Photography at DarylBarnes.com.
No good. And now bringing it up here for Barrington, and they're going to bring things back. Crystal Lake South leading 7-2 for those of you just joining us, bringing it up for Barrington. That right there is here we go. Now, what a steal there for Crystal Lake South. Here's Demirov bringing it up. He's loved the perimeter so far, taking 2 threes, made 1. Kicks to the corner for 3. Nothing but air. And now bringing it up. Got a lot of blondes on the team for Barrington. Now dishing it to the corner. That's Oliver Gray. Gray looking, servicing around the perimeter. Trap coming from Crystal Lake South. And there's a lot of guys on the floor. It'll be a jump ball. And the possession will go to Crystal Lake, I believe, and it is Crystal Lake South. Doing the inbound here is number 24, James Carlson.
You mentioned Oliver Gray a little bit earlier. He's a guy you're going to want to watch for Barrington. 13 points in their 85-35 win over Elk Grove. He's an impact player, someone you're going to want to watch.
Without a doubt, Demirov now gives down low. That's Christian Rodney, who kicks to, and now back to Demirov. Demirov going upstairs, and it's a dunk! Oh yeah, Christian Rodney! Hang time, and just like that, Crystal Lake South takes a 7-point lead. What a dunk there.
What a play. He actually went down and brought it back up. I thought he was just going to go for the alley-oop, but then he laid the hammer on Barrington.
These are two great teams. Both teams just 2 or 1 loss as Crystal Lake South and Barrington, both undefeated in their conference play. Working down low, going up for the layup is good. That's Nick Pipert for Barrington. Like I said, Crystal Lake South 12-1 on the season so far before the tournament. They're now 13-1 if you count the tournament, which of course does not go to its regular season record. Then for Barrington, Logan, take it away.
Barrington 8-2 overall and 4-0 in their conference.
Beautiful thing to see, working down low.
And they had their win yesterday against Elk Grove, as I mentioned, 85-35.
We saw Elk Grove get the win earlier today. I was in the booth with Nick Martinez for the first game early in the morning at 9 a.m., but that was a phenomenal game. We've seen nothing but good games all day. We'll see if that continues here, and well, you got to think it will. It's probably 2 of the best teams in the tournament.
I said it last time, and I'll say it this one. As my partner in crime, Patrick Herring, would say, the Hinkle Holiday Classic, the gift that keeps on giving.
Without a doubt, and that's going to be a foul called, I believe, and it looks like we're going to be seeing 3 free throws here for Barrington. At the line there, that's Alex Schmitz, the senior.
Schmitz, another player to watch, had 23 points in Barrington's win over Elk Grove.
Alex Schmitz, a great game in the last game in the tournament against Elk Grove. Like I said, they got the win earlier over the Larkin Royals, and shooting for his second. He missed his first. Schmitz gets ready. Shot is up, and it is good. So here comes the third 3-pointer. So it's a tough break there for Crystal Lake South.
Yeah, a couple of high-flying offenses in this one, too, and it's been showing early, 9-5 in only about 4 minutes.
Shot is good there, as now Barrington cuts the lead down to 3. Working around the perimeter, 4 fell into a trap. Sorry, it's Anthony Demirov. Great chap there for number 2, Adam Byard, and number 24, Nick Pipert. Now bringing it up here for Barrington. Like we said, Adam Byard, the clear point guard for Barrington. He's looking around, gives to Pipert. Pipert goes down low, and it's stolen by Crystal Lake South. Here's Anthony Demirov bringing it up. He gives to his partner in crime. It's number 24, James Carlson. Now working down low. What a find down low, and it's missed, and what a rebound. It'll be an over-the-back foul called on number 3 for Crystal Lake South, Colton Hess.
He's got a bit too aggressive on that one.
Yep, without a doubt. And here comes the inbound to, that's number 10, Oliver Gray. Gray working around the half-court line. Good defense from Hess, not good enough though. Now Byard, he gives back to Gray for 3. No good. Rebounded by Byard. He's moving all around the court. He looks corner. Piper drives down low. Pardon me, that's Byard, and he's going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, I couldn't tell exactly who it was. It looked like it may have been Brody who got a piece of him from behind.
Ian Tepes and Nick Piper, well, they look the exact same, so pardon me for making that mistake. The 2 blondes, and that's a nice job there by Byard, makes his first.
Doesn't help that their numbers are so close together in 22 and 24. There's nothing to really differentiate them.
Without a doubt, and out goes, that's Christian Rohde, who had that huge dunk, and in comes for Crystal Lake South, Cooper Welna. Pardon me, that is Christopher Regilio. And here comes Piper on a beautiful pass to Gray. And what a play there to just jar the ball loose. That's number 22, Anthony Santarelli.
It was a great play there by Santarelli, putting his body on the line to make the play for Crystal Lake South. And they've been playing a pretty strong defensive game so far.
And you see they're trying to give a lot of effort here. Both teams play with a lot of heart. This looks like it's going to be a phenomenal game. After a slow start for Barrington, they're starting to get it going. And Adam Byard, he's off to a phenomenal start.
If you're Crystal Lake South, my message is to keep them away from the free throw line. You've already let them up there a couple times this first quarter, and you don't want to give them those free points.
Yep, they got 2 of their 3 free throws because of Alex Schmitz, who had 23 in the last game. Schmitz going up top. The alley-oop is unsuccessful. He brings it back up, another miss, and it's an offensive rebound that doesn't turn any points. Demirov, what a pass! Cross court, back to Demirov for 3. Oh yeah! Anthony Demirov! What a 3 there! And now Crystal Lake South up by 4.
I said it before the game, this guy's the guy you're going to watch, can shoot from absolutely anywhere. Was incredible in the tournament last year, and he's continuing it this year.
There's Alex Schmitz, misses that one. Bringing it up is Demirov. He gives to a James Carlson. Now he's working around. Nice save there, but he got hit hard by, I believe that's a little bit of, I don't know what to call that.
Yeah, Colton Hess went crashing into the wall. Almost had the fire extinguisher over there.
Here is Oliver Gray bringing it up. He gives, that would be Tepes. Tepes working around the perimeter. Looking, gives to Piper, his blonde brother. Now Byard working around, starting to go down low. What a pass to Piper, who kicks the 3 for Gray. No good. And the rebounds have been dominated so far by Barrington, don't you think, Logan?
Yeah, for sure. And that was a great play by Barrington, too, to kick it out for 3 to, that was Oliver Gray on the 3-point play. And he didn't land it, but it was a great recognition there to see that Crystal Lake South was crashing in underneath and just left Gray open for 3.
Without a doubt, man. And here comes Nick Piper. First free throw coming. Lots of fouls drawn so far for Barrington. First one is up, and it is no good. So they're 2 for 4 from the charity stripe so far this afternoon, and we're nearing the evening as we now hit near 4 o'clock. Pardon me, it's 3:12 p.m. for those of you wondering. Shot from Piper is good, and Nick Piper makes it a 3-point lead for Crystal Lake South.
As I said, those free throws are going to be a huge factor potentially later.
And that one is rejected by Alex Schmitz. A phenomenal play there. Demirov thought he had an easy layup, and Schmitz said no.
Schmidt's one of those guys I mentioned, super tall, can really get his body in there and make plays, and that's exactly what he did on that shot.
Here we go. Lots of subs in for Crystal Lake South. Cannot say the same for Barrington. Here's Demirov, nearly lost it. One defense from Piper, but he makes him lost. Demirov for 3. Oh, yeah! Anthony Demirov off to a phenomenal start. 11 points in the first quarter. He had Piper lost, and he knocks down the 3.
A great play, just danced around that defender to put that one up.
Driving down low, as that's he was trying to find number 3, Gabriel Gaikin. Gaikin. We got a replay coming here, sponsored by Custom Heating and Cooling. Just a beautiful 3, and Anthony Demirov, calm, cool, and collected, right back to it.
Right at the beginning of the clip, you saw that little move I was talking about where he danced around a defender. Just a great move to spring himself loose and then shooters shoot, and that's exactly what Anthony Demirov did.
Pardon me for not realizing this, but Barrington, they're at the line again for some more free throws, shooting 3 for 6 from the line so far, make it 4 for 7. A nice basket there for Oliver Gray. Bringing it up here for Crystal Lake South. That's number 5, Garson Trivanelli. And here comes Demirov. He's been incredible. The fadeaway, no good. Offensive rebound, back up, no good. And rebounded by Piper. Piper, he gives to number 3, Gabriel Gaikin, the senior. See what's happening here. Trying to get some subs in, and
He's number
in
20.
comes Anthony Cintarelli. And I don't know what happened there. Lots of miscommunication. Maybe Barrington thought they were doing the inbound. Who knows? And is doing the inbound is number 24, James Carlson. Now bringing it up here is Anthony Demirov. Working around the perimeter beautifully. He's been phenomenal. 11 points in the first quarter just today. Demirov working on Piper. Piper's played some great defense, but when you have Anthony Demirov on you, it's hard. Three-pointer is good! James Carlson knocks it down, and a heave, no good. So Crystal Lake South leads 18-11 so far, and you gotta wonder, what does Barrington gotta do to start to claw back into this game?
I mean, first and foremost, you got to stop Anthony Demirov. That man's like a one-man army out there. 11 of Crystal Lake's 18 points. So he's definitely a guy you're going to want to spend some more resources on.
Got a replay coming here. Beautiful three-pointer, James Carlson. Demirov, it's an assist, it's a point, it's a rebound. He's done everything so far. And what that reminds me of last game. You had, of course, the player for Marion Central, Christian Betniker, who had a phenomenal game last game.
Yeah, and what you saw in that three-point was an example of something we said for Barrington earlier, where you kind of have them crash in the defense, and then the Crystal Lake South recognizes that, gets the pass out to the arc, and just shoots it from the corner. And just a great play by James Carlson, a great IQ play to get that ball to him, and the defense crashes in like that.
And don't forget, this second quarter is going to be brought to you by our season sponsor, the Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 35 area McDonald's restaurants today. Here we go, second quarter basketball underway at the Hinkle Holiday Classic. Carlson with the inbound, and who else than Anthony Demirov. Just getting this quarter started. Demirov working, gives to Carlson, had that big three to end the quarter. And now working around, that's Santarelli. Driving inside, shot is no good. That's Carson Trivanelli. Lots of Ellies on this team. There's a three, Carlson, no good. Rebounded, shot is good by Trivanelli.
That first rebound to keep the play alive by Michael Prokos was a great one. Really fought for it, was aggressive, and was able to keep the ball in Crystal Lake South's possession.
100%. Now driving inside, shot from Oliver Gray is good. And here we go. Bringing it up, Demirov driving inside, layup is good. Anthony Demirov, 13 points. He's been everywhere for Crystal Lake South.
Who else would it be?
13 out of their 22 points. He's got over 50%. I mean, are you kidding me? Oliver Gray working around. That's number 5, Trivanelli guarding him. That's Carson Trivanelli. Going down low, it's Oliver Gray again with the layup. He's been the very big bright spot so far for Barrington. He's got 8 points, so it's between Demirov and Oliver Gray. Demirov driving inside, and what a play! Not in my house, says Byard. Gray, step back three! Yes, sir! Oliver Gray! 11 points for him now. What a three-pointer there, and what a find from Byard.
Could be just what the doctor ordered there for Barrington, potentially the momentum shift that they needed. Not only a big defensive play, but then the big-time three by Oliver Gray. Just a great sequence there for Barrington.
We've seen a lot of highlight plays so far. We've seen the threes, and, well, speaking of dunks, you had Christian Rohde, who had that big dunk earlier in this game. It was beautiful to watch. And lots of guys going to the bench here for Crystal Lake South. Number 21, Michael Prokos, Santarelli, and Carlson.
And Colton Hess and Cooper Buelna enter the game for the Gators.
Thank you, Logan.
And as you said, Rohde as well.
Three-pointer, Carlson, no good. That's going to be rebounded by number 3, Colton Hess. And we'll see what the call is here. And looks like there was a foul, but it was clearly before the shot, or else he would be taking 3 free throws. Inbound coming here See what he does, and what a job there to just hold on to that ball. And the Barrington bench and coach not happy. Maybe thinking there was a travel there, Logan.
Potentially. I thought it was a great play by Rhodey to get the inbound pass. He tried to put it up, it looked like he wanted, but he wasn't able to get it out of his hands.
Oliver Gray had the hot hand. He misses that one, but it's rebounded by, that's, of course, Nick Piper. He's been phenomenal. He's played a lot of minutes in this one, and there's a reason for that. He's got 5 in this one. And another foul call. And this Barrington coach losing his mind over these calls, not liking what the refs are calling, but the refs are always right. Inbound is coming for Carlson. Looking around, trying to get to Demirov. Instead, they give it to number 33, Cooper Buelna. Buelna looking around, gives it to Carlson. Carlson nearly got it pickpocketed from him. Instead, driving inside. And we're looking to Carlson for 3 instead. No dice. Now Cooper Buelna. Carlson, we got a long possession here for Crystal Lake South. Gotta wonder what happens if there's a shot clock in these tournaments.
A lot of switching here from Crystal Lake South, and you're seeing them kind of try to create offense, kind of catch the defense sleeping by switching positions.
Been a 30-second possession. Oh my goodness. Going down low. Hess shot is good. The 30 seconds are worth it. We're under 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. And Crystal Lake South leads 24-20. First points of the afternoon, evening for Colton Hess. Now Nick Piper, stolen by Carlson. Now Anthony Demirov bringing it up. Guarded closely by Piper. Demirov working around. Shot is blocked. That's Piper.
Rhodes set the pick, give Demirov a lane, but he wasn't able to capitalize off of it.
Without a doubt. And see what happened here. It'll be a foul on Crystal Lake South for a change. And a timeout called by the Crystal Lake South Gators. So Crystal Lake South, they've played a solid game so far. Anthony Demirov, he's been phenomenal, like we all know. But one thing you got to look at is that the three-pointers, they've been great for him so far, haven't they, Logan?
Yeah, and Crystal Lake South has always been a great three-point team from our years of doing this tournament. We've seen them a bunch of times, and they have always been great from beyond the arc. And they use that to their advantage. That's their identity, and it's been working for them today.
100%. This has been a great game so far. I'm Nate Grennies here in the booth with Logan Franz with the Beacon Academy. This production all produced by high school students. And Logan Franz, you were in the Beacon Academy at one point, weren't you?
I was class of 2018, and then I went to University of Missouri and graduated from there in 2022.
Very nice to know. So, if you are the coach for Barrington, specifically Coach Brian Tucker, what are you trying to do here to try to chip away from this lead or maybe take the lead to end this half? It's
a tough situation to be in, right? Because you're getting called for a lot of fouls, but you're trying to be aggressive on defense too. So there's kind of a line you have to kind of straddle the line a little bit to keep yourself from getting those foul calls, but still playing good defensive basketball. And they've been doing an okay job of that, but the past couple minutes hasn't been exactly stellar for them in that regard.
Couldn't agree with you more, but they've really cut this lead down. They pretty much sticked around this whole game, and that's all you got to do sometimes. You stick around, and eventually some things will fall your way. Who knows, maybe you end up with a win. But that one is stolen by Hess. He's bringing it up. Colton Hess nearly fell, and we'll see. Is it a travel? Is it a foul? It'll be a travel. So Hess, nice to get up there.
We mentioned the three ball, but another thing Crystal Lake South has been great at over the years is the fast break. Plays exactly like that one where you get the steal and they just have the speed to head straight down and they can make you pay.
Yep, that's a brutal mistake there, and I mean, it's also not his fault. It's bad traction. Going down low, kicks to the three. Byard, no good. Byard's played a lot of minutes and those are just 2 points, so a little bit of a surprise there. Driving inside, Carlson, shot is good. James Carlson. You can give that man 5 on the afternoon. You make it 7 for James Carlson. Piper's got it here. Looking around the perimeter, gives to Gray. Oliver Gray. He's got 11 points so far, challenging Demirov for most points in the game. Both probably going to be on the all-tournament team. Piper gives Gray, driving inside, mid-range is beautiful. That's what you guys want to see, string music from Oliver Gray and the coach, loving it for Barrington.
Christian Rhodey was there on defense, and Oliver Gray said, I don't care, I'm putting this one up anyway, and it worked out for him.
Beautiful mid-range shot there. Now working on the perimeter, they give down low to Colton Hess. Hess trying to find something. Instead, he kicks out in the corner, driving down low. You can't miss him with those yellow shoes, and it's a great finish for Christian Rhodey. Hasn't scored since that dunk, but he scores there. Not as cool as the dunk, but, you know, points is points.
Big man will take his points underneath any way he can get them.
Pipert working around the corner. I don't think Oliver Gray is coming all game, and neither is Anthony Demerov. Both teams playing their stars, and there's Oliver Gray for three! Oliver Gray, a beautiful shot there, gives him 16 on the day.
Great play there by Barrington to cut their deficit to 3.
It's been catch and shoot all day. James Carlson, Demerov finds him in the corner. It's happened all day, and we see it again. And Barrington can knock it out of this 4 to 6 point hole. They need to capitalize on scoring by getting some defensive stops. What a pass there. It's Gray. Oh, Oliver Gray. Feels like he's hit all of those this quarter.
Yeah, eventually sometimes you're going to have to run cold, but man, what a sequence for Oliver Gray, and just what a high-flying offensive affair we're seeing from these two teams today.
Carlson gives it down low, and it's stolen by Oliver Gray. Gray looking, what a pass, Pipert lay, oh yeah! That's just textbook basketball. And of course, Barrington's coach, after not being happy with some 2 interesting calls, he's now loving the ball movement. That's the 7th point for Piper. Is now working around the perimeter, number 33, Cooper Buelna. He gives down low, nice pass to Rhodey. Rhodey, such a big guy. And now gives it back to Buelna, who gives back down to Rhodey. Shot, no, what a pass, a beautiful pass. Fakes the shot, right underneath goes Colton Hess for a beautiful bucket, his 2nd of the day.
You got a little patience by the Gators on some of these offensive possessions too. Sticking with the pass, finding something that's going to work, not taking the shot too soon, you know, picking their spots, and that was a great example of that right there.
Could not agree with you more. What a pass there off the dribble, and what a steal. Demerov, it's a 2-on-2. Demerov working, shot is up, and it is good. Anthony Demerov, first time scoring in the lobby, he's got 15 points in the half, so not really a problem when you have 15. Had 11 in the first. Under 40 seconds remaining here in this half. It's been a great game so far. Barrington trailing by 8, 30 seconds to play. Here's Byard, clearly holding for the last shot, not even a question. I don't honestly see a world where they do not take the last shot and kill this clock. But also, this is just definitely going to help the players get a little bit ready, but also, I mean, you got halftime coming up, so you're definitely going to be nice and energized for the next game. 10 seconds remain. 5 now. Byard working. What defense here? Pipert for 3. Oh, yeah! Nick Pipert. That'll do it for the half. About as good of an end to the half you can have. Pipert, pardon me, that was a 3. Sorry about that. Nick Pipert's got 10 points, so top performers in this one. When it comes to Barrington, I believe it is Oliver Gray and Nick Piper. Piper's played great defense. He's been in the whole game. He's got 10 points. And then, of course, you've got Oliver Gray. But Alex Schmitz, you said he had 23 points in the last game. What do you think's going on with him?
It doesn't look like he's seen the court a little bit. He's been out, but he hasn't been out for big. He has been out for big 10 minutes. Maybe it was a situation where they were ahead by so much, and he was kind of a reserve coming in and just scored a bunch. But they haven't needed him. Nick Pipert and as you mentioned, Oliver Gray have both been fantastic for Barrington today.
Now, who have been the top players for Crystal Lake South? Well, Anthony Demerov.
Anthony Demerov. I also want to give a little shout out to James Carlson, who had a great 2nd quarter. Kind of, you know, I mentioned Demerov kind of looking like a one-man army and someone else maybe needing to step up. And James Carlson's fit the bill. He has 10 points in this first half, and as we mentioned, of course, Anthony Demerov with 15.
Alrighty, so that'll wrap it up for the first half. We're going to be back with you after a small break. Nate Grendes and Logan Fran's going to be signing off for just a little bit. We'll be back for the second half. That's fine, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, you're not that bad. It's fun. It's a fun game.
Anyway.
Yeah, you're definitely into it. That's for sure.
we've seen so far in this. So we're getting ready for the second half between Crystal Lake South and Barrington. Crystal Lake South leading 35-30. The top player in this one's been Anthony Demirov. He's got 15 in just the first half.
Yeah, he's been a really great player for Crystal Lake South, and I expect that to continue in the second half. He is fantastic. I mentioned him at the very beginning, and it's rang true. He can shoot from just about anywhere, and he's going to be a huge factor if Crystal Lake South can pull off this win.
Without a doubt, we've seen a great game so far. We'll see if it continues to the best teams in the tournament. It's not a surprise that it's been a great game, and we'll see if it continues. See what happens.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to note is Barrington's winning a lot in the rebound game, which is something that might come into play here in the second half. They're trying to get some of those second chance points or just get the ball back after Crystal Lake South has a miscue or whatever. They've been doing a great job at that throughout the game, and And it can really come into play if Crystal Lake South has some more miscues and they can maybe get some points off of those. They're going to need to come back in any way they can. Those rebounds are a big way they can do that.
Without a doubt, as I'm in the broadcast booth here with Logan Franz. I'm Nate Brendes. We're here with the Beacon Academy of South Elgin High School. It's been a great game so far, and I mean,
you know, we call it a booth. It's more of a table up here at like the bleachers.
It is a table.
We don't really have like a full booth. There's no walls around us. Like, it's more just the broadcast table up here.
But we do have a backdrop.
We do have a nice little backdrop.
We have a nice little backdrop. Not that you have most certain, but oh yeah, back to basketball. So Crystal Lake South leading 35-30, nearing the end of this half. And of course, we apologize for any technological difficulties as we're a little bit short-staffed today, but we're putting out our best production possible. It's been a great day, another one for Jacob's Hinkle Holiday Classic. This is the second day of the tournament, and so far in this one, we saw the Larkin Royals fall just barely to Elk Grove. Then we saw Johnsburg fall to Prairie Ridge, and then we saw the match of the Hawks, the Bartlett Hawks and the Huffman State Hawks. Another great game, but in the end, the Bartlett Hawks prevailed. And then finally, the game that me and Logan fans just announced, that was, of course, Marion Central Hurricanes and the South Elgin Storm. Now we got Crystal Lake South and Barrington, and here we go for another half of Hinkle basketball. And immediately stolen, nearly lost it, gets it back though. Colton Hess gives to Demirov, who has just been everywhere. Now working around, looking for a shot, Santarelli. He then gives to Rhodey, back to Demirov. What a move, Anthony Demirov. Oh, doesn't fall.
Put that one up off balance, and for a second I thought he was going to make it anyways.
It was just, I mean, even if it's off balance, you still got to make those if you're Demirov, but still, nevertheless, you have 15 points. I should probably stop talking. So Crystal Lake South leading in this one by 5. About 40 seconds into this third quarter. See what happens here with the inbound. Piper goes down low. Shot is good. That, of course, is Ian Tepes, the other blonde brother.
Yeah, it's a great play on the inbound pass by Barrington. It cuts their deficit just a little bit.
That right there a miss, and now here comes Alex Schmitz. He then gives it to Nick Piper. Piper working around the perimeter. What a pass, and it went over his head. A little bit too high there for Ian Tepes. Blonde brother connection was not there this time.
Yeah, we see some of those long passes sometimes go high. We saw a lot of them in the last game too, and it's just those types of miscues that, you know, you can use stuff like that to get back in the game if you're Crystal Lake. I shouldn't say back in, they're in the lead still. But.
And more than anything, it drives coaches crazy. And we see this Barrington coach have a lot of emotion so far in this game. Not so much for Crystal Lake South, but I mean, it's Crystal Lake South leading by 3, so maybe some out coaching here.
Might be potentially, and like I said, we've seen both teams play a pretty great game overall, pretty clean game overall, but those couple of miscues are going to be the ones that really stick out, especially if this game ends closely.
Here we go. Working, gives for 3. It's a Gator 3, and that right there is Anthony Santarelli. The Crystal Lake South Gators make it a 6-point lead, and they're outscoring Barrington so far in the quarter. They give for a 3. That one's no good for the Broncos.
Would have been a great answer for Barrington if they could have put that one up, but alas, they weren't able to make it land.
Tough break for them now. Demirov working around, beautiful play, but interesting decision to pass it there. Demirov working down low, fadeaway shot, no good. Rebounded by Byard. Now Byard gives to Piper. Piper working, gives down low. That's Schmitz. He had 23 last game, just hasn't looked the same, just 2 points.
Yeah, his shots just haven't been landing, and we saw a lot of that. It looks like Crystal Lake is kind of really closing in on him and trying to stop him. He didn't really have like a clear lane to make a shot on any one of those attempts there, so that might be what we're seeing from Schmitz.
And that's just tough for him. Is now bringing it up is Demirov. He's working around. He gives to James Carlson. Is like you said at halftime, is been his man in his crime. He needed one for the second quarter, and James Carlson answered.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a great player for them.
Santorelli working around the perimeter, gives down low, fighting for the ball. It'll be a foul called. Alex Schmitz just has not been his day. And of course, Logan France at the beginning of this broadcast mentioned he had 23 points in the last game. What do you think's going wrong for him?
Like I said, I think it's a lot of tight defense from Crystal Lake South and being able to really shut him down. We've seen 3 people covering him on the floor at some points. He's just not been able to get any lanes open to take any shots.
Hard to get some points or try to get anything. Now working on him, it's the big man, Christian Rohde. He had that highlight dunk, first we've seen all day. And going bodies on the floor. Pardon me, that's Tepes, but fighting for it was Santorelli and Oliver Gray. Oliver Gray's giving it his all for the Barrington Broncos so far, leading the game in scoring with 16 points. Falling behind him is, of course, Anthony Demirov.
He's playing with a lot of intensity in this one. He's really going to be a guy you're going to want to see Barrington try and get going even more if they want to start to work their way back into this one.
Without a doubt. And now we'll see what's happening here. It's setting up a good play here is coach for Crystal Lake South, Matt LePage. Now kicking out to 3, working around, gives to Santorelli. Santorelli back to Demirov. What a move, what a pass. Carlson, no.
Piper came so close to stealing that ball. That would have been a huge momentum shift for Barrington.
Without a doubt. Now Santorelli goes down low to Carlson. Shot is good. James Carlson puts Crystal Lake South into the 40 mark. He's got 12 on the afternoon.
James Carlson, all reliable, been a great shooter for the Gators today.
Piper gives to Byard. Byard's had a lot of minutes, not much shown in the stat sheet, but he's definitely showed it with his hustle. Open man in the corner, Tepes. He's just putting his arms up, but clearly don't see him, and now it's a great play by Colton Hess to jar loose. Here's Demirov looking, and there's just a whole lot of black jerseys. Here's Carlson, gives back to Demirov. That one is up, and it is no good, but he's going to go to the line for 2. So we saw Barrington draw a lot of fouls in that first half, and now Crystal Lake South's trying to do the same. Barrington, big reason why they're in this game is their free throws. They've probably shot well over 60% from the line, and it's been huge for them.
Yeah, and Anthony Demirov's such a good shooter, not really a guy you want to go ahead and put on the line either.
Let's take a look at this beautiful replay, and brought to you by Custom Heating and Cooling. Demirov, tough break there. Great defense by Byard, but they call the foul. Can't play that physical, and out is Tepes and Byard, and in for Barrington is, pardon me, that's Gabriel Gakin, and number 32, Bruce LeBlanc. Fun last name there, isn't it, Logan?
It definitely is.
Byard gives to Gray, Oliver Gray. Great defense here, starting to fall into the trap. They're hugging that right side. I've seen that all game, and it's something that you gotta think that Barrington's gonna exploit at any point now, because they're just leaving this left side wide open for some points.
Yeah, Barrington's not really looking there either to take those shots, and I don't understand why. Maybe they think they see something they don't, but they're not really taking advantage of it.
That shot is good by Anthony Santorelli. That makes it a double-digit lead. First team today to have a double-digit lead. And Crystal Lake South, it's getting to be some scary hours for Barrington. Still 3:32 to go in the third, though. Now this timeout is brought to you by our friends at Rosen Hyundai, Hyundai of Algonquin and Genesis of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? It's express online, buying made simple. Visit rosenhyundai.com or genesisofalgonquin.com. So we've seen a great game so far, like I mentioned about a million times, sound like a broken record, but it's not a lie. We've seen a good game, two great players, Oliver Gray, Anthony Demirov, but one guy that's really started to come up huge is James Carlson for the Crystal Lake South Gators.
Yeah, and just a huge start to the third quarter here for Crystal Lake as they extend their lead. James Carlson's been a big part of it. They've just been super strong on defense. They're unable to they're not giving Barrington any inches. They're stifling them on defense and then playing their offense the only way they know how, and it's their shots are landing. They're hot right now.
Crystal Lake South, interesting thing to look at. They have played a lot more games than Barrington. Barrington 8-2 on the year coming into this tournament, and then Crystal Lake South, they were 12-1. So you wonder if that's a factor, maybe some more experience. But Crystal Lake South, right now, the experience is showing.
Could also make the argument for the flip side that maybe they'd look more tired coming into this one, which hasn't definitely been the case. So.
Yeah. Three-pointer from Schmitz has not gotten able to get anything going.
Demirov really sold out on a block there they didn't connect on.
It's been a brutal day so far for Alex Schmitz, trying to get anything going, probably shooting well under 20% from the field. This one, give it to Hess, Colton Hess. He was staring down the soul of Christian Road, but instead, let's give it to then Anthony Demirov. Hasn't scored much since that first quarter, and he made me stop talking. All right, well, Anthony Demirov now got 18 points, so I guess he has scored. I
had a free throw earlier.
Sorry about that. Forgot about that. And this one is no good. Rebounded by Rhodey. And Crystal Lake South, they get points here. It's going to be scary hours for Barrington. Demirov working, gives to Carlson, back out to Demirov, shot three. Oh my! Anthony Demirov continues to just light it up. I said he wasn't scoring, and he just scored 5 points like that in the blink of an eye, and now a very much needed timeout called by the Barrington Broncos. We got a replay coming here. Take another look at that. It really didn't even look like he was going to shoot it. He just brought it up and big-time shot. So
yeah, Nick Piper was close in coverage there and wasn't able to get a hand on it. Just a great shot by Demirov.
So one thing I've seen so far is that both teams have not used their bench often. Do you think that's... So you got to wonder, what do you think? What do you think the reason for that is?
I think it's just if your top five is moving, your top five is working. I think we might see Crystal Lake South dip a little bit into the bench some more later on now that they have a double-digit lead. But maybe not. I mean, the starting five has been working just fine for you. So, I mean, why not roll with them until the end?
One guy who's going to come alive a little bit, Colton Hess. He's got 4 points, started off with 0. But, of course, James Carlson, Anthony Demirov. But for Barrington, it feels like Oliver Gray's gone a little bit quiet in this third quarter.
Yeah, I think like much of the Barrington team, he's gone pretty quiet in the third quarter. I think you want to see him get going. I think you want to see, kind of this offense create some more opportunities for themselves. They've kind of had a lot of miscues just like that.
Just 2 points in this one, and Crystal Lake South a chance to make it an even bigger lead. Barrington trails in this one, 48-32. Demirov shot no good. See, he doesn't make them all. This one working around the perimeter. The whole paint is wide open.
Watch for Crystal Lake South to kind of take their time here. Now that they've got such a big lead, they might just try to burn some clock. Still take the shots when they're there, but they're not going to be making desperation shots. They're going to be picking their spots and just letting that clock drain out as much as possible.
Yep, of course, with the new IHSA rules, you had the foul. You can only have 5 a quarter, and they reset it. And then you, of course, have no shot clock. And there's a three. Anthony Santorelli. Give him 50 for Crystal Lake South. Anthony Santorelli, big-time three there. He's got 8. And it's another three-pointer for Crystal Lake South. Everything's clicking in this quarter. What in the world can Barrington do to stop them? They're outscoring them 16-2.
Sometimes they can just take one shot, but they definitely need to stop the bleeding. They need something easy, something that's gonna potentially get them back into this game. They need just something that's gonna boost some morale.
So we talked about not teams going to their bench often, but LeBlanc is in. And that's just something to look at for Barrington. And, well, just like that, there appears to be, and oh, wow. For the first time today, Oliver Gray has gone to the bench, ladies and gentlemen. isn't surprising. They don't get it wrong, but, I mean, Barrington probably starting to realize this game is starting to get a little bit out of reach. Maybe don't try to overplay your players. Never want the consequences. Schmitz for three. Oh, finally! He knocks it down. Got to think that that's going to really help the confidence. And who knows, maybe they could spark a plug for Barrington.
They still have a whole fourth quarter to do it, and sometimes, like I said just a minute ago, sometimes it only takes one shot, and that might be the one, might be just what the doctor ordered for Barrington.
And if you're the Broncos, you got to stop this, but Anthony Demirov, how did he stop it? Crystal Lake South now leads by 18 points. He's got 23 points. Working around. Gives it to, that's Tepes. Now working around. That right there is the senior, Gabriel Gaken. Goes down low. Tepes gives to Piper for three. Oh yeah, okay. So we've seen Barrington. They've hit 3 threes, back-to-back threes, but you can't give up a 3 here. A 3 here would be killing, and it's Demirov, so, and he missed it. Put back shot, no good. So a great end of the quarter for Barrington. Half-court shot doesn't matter. And Barrington, they trail in this one by just 11. Sorry, pardon me, 15.
Yeah, just a great third quarter there for the Gators, but the Broncos started to show some life at the end of there. Those 2 consecutive threes, and I mean, it might be a 15-point game, but it's not over yet. There's still 8 minutes left, and anything can happen. If Barrington stays hot from behind the arc and plays that type of defense you saw to end the third quarter, where they stifled that last possession by Crystal Lake South, they can find their way back into this one. The margin for error is very slim, but it's not nothing. So that's what we're looking at for Barrington moving into the fourth.
After all, Barrington, they're still a great team, sitting at 8-2 on the year, undefeated in conference play. Both these teams undefeated in conference play. Both teams won their first game of the tournament, but right now, Crystal Lake South, they just had a phenomenal start to the quarter. Barrington, after scoring just 2 in the first 7 minutes, they put 6 up in the last one.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, at the end of it, regardless of how this game ends, if Barrington manages to come out on top, they're not going to care how. Like they always say, they don't ask how, they ask how many. So it might be an ugly win if Barrington does end up pulling it off, but they'll take it however they can get them.
Many might believe this is an exaggeration, but I'm almost certain Anthony Demirov has not come out all game.
I don't think he has, and I don't see any reason why not to. He's been shooting well, and he's, you know, having the type of game that he always does. And in a game where you need to nurse the lead, why not keep him in?
You got to think if they take this lead to more than 20, he's going to be done for the night.
You would think so, especially with the fourth quarter starting here.
Demirov getting guarded close by Piper, gives to Carlson. James Carlson kicks out to 3. No good, miss there. Rebound by Byard after being tipped by Oliver Gray. He's right back in there after missing his first few minutes of the game. Piper's played a lot of minutes as well. Of course, Byard and Piper, nice pass, loses it, and it will remain Barrington ball. So what felt like was going to be a lost possession turns into some more time.
No harm, no foul.
100%. Inbound coming for Gray. He's trying to find someone. Great defense here. Wow. Just fingertips away from Colton Hess, pardon me. Shot is good. It's Oliver Gray, baby. He's got 19 on the game now, just his first points in the second half. And now it's just 12 games. This game is not over. Demirov misses, and now this one, it'll be a foul called. And it's going to be staying with Crystal Lake South, and it's going to be called on Alex Schmitz, who's just had a rough day.
Demirov has been missing the shots that he'd be making earlier in the game, and you're seeing Barrington start to take advantage of it. They're starting to claw their way back in. And if Crystal Lake South goes cold and Barrington starts getting hot, we're in for a big finish here, folks.
You got to think the fatigue might be setting in for Demirov. I mean, same with Carlson. I mean, Barrington's been swapping out players left and right, but Crystal Lake South, they've kept the whole team in. And see, there's another miss. That could be the fatigue effect. Bringing it up, Oliver Gray, he's fully charged off the bench. He's ready to go. What a pass, cross court, man on the floor. Schmitz for a 3, and it's a no foul call. Not happy about it, but this one tipped, and it's still Crystal Lake South not playing good basketball so far in this sport, but they are really just lucking out right now.
Yeah, they're nursing a lead, but they haven't really scored much to do anything about it. They're just kind of trying to stop. Barrington's clawing their way back quickly.
And oh, baby, it's Anthony Demirov again. Give him 25 on the afternoon. It's been just a phenomenal game. How much did he have last game?
I would have to look at that for a moment. Just as we say it, that he's gone cold, he completely makes us eat our words. Demirov at 16 in the last game.
So definitely getting more than last game. And here's Oliver Gray going to the line for two. Two big free throws here. Lots of energy from the crowd here at Jacobs High School.
They're getting into it. This has been a fantastic game from start to finish. And, I mean, there may be only 6 minutes left in a 14-point game. But man, this one doesn't feel over.
And pardon me, it looks like it's going to be an inbound. So the foul was before the shot. Still Barrington basketball. That foul is going to go against Christian Road, who's getting into foul trouble. He's got his third on the afternoon. And it's going to be a free throw for Anthony Demirov. I guess we missed a technical foul. First one's good.
Not the guy you want to put alone at the free throw line like this, that's for sure.
And this, if they score off of when they get possession after these free throws, and he misses, wow. Look at the surprise, his first missed free throw of the day on this game. So Anthony Demirov, 26 points. It's just been a tough way going for Barrington. They trail by 15, need some points here, and it's Crystal Lake South basketball. A three here is the backbreaker. Don't you feel like, Logan?
Yeah, it's do or die time for Barrington. You need a big defensive play here to try and keep yourselves in this.
Also only 6 minutes to play, though, so you never know what could happen in the game of basketball, but they're going to need a day after Christmas miracle.
For sure. Crystal Lake South looking to drain some clock here.
Santorelli gives to Hess. Colton Hess. It's a solid game starting. This one, great effort. Hess gives it to Rhodey. He's got his third foul. He's got to watch it. What a pass down low. Hess kicks it out. Corner three, Santorelli. Oh, yeah! Anthony Santorelli. We said a three could be the backbreaker, and that might just be the backbreaker.
A dagger in the hearts of Barrington right there.
Absolutely brutal, but there's Nick Piper. Not giving up. Beautiful shot there. 59-43, up by 16. Here comes, oh my gosh. It's Demirov again. He's got 28. They didn't call a foul there, which he felt like he probably should have gone in. And now Oliver Gray working around. Will they call it out of bounds or will it be a foul? We'll see what the call is here.
We talked a little bit in the first half about Crystal Lake South on that fast break, and that's exactly what that was for Anthony Demirov. Just using his speed, doing exactly what they're good at on that fast break and getting the response pretty quickly.
So we talked about Crystal Lake South. The fatigue set in, and well, no, it does not, clearly.
Yeah, it hasn't been affecting them too much. They had a couple minutes where they went cold, and Barrington, was trying to sneak their way in there and take advantage of it, but Crystal Lake South is back on track.
But if you're the Barrington Broncos, you cannot just think of this game and just give up. You have to play hard, and this way be like, okay, we finished the game strong, and we can do good in our next game tomorrow.
It's all about carrying momentum forward sometimes. There are a lot of people who tell you momentum doesn't exist in sports, but time and time again, we see it rear its ugly head.
It was a beautiful layup, but just misses. It'll be Crystal Lake South basketball. 4:50 to go. I'm here in the booth, Nate Grendies with Logan Franz. Great game going here. We're here with the Beacon Academy of South Elgin High School. Crystal Lake South leading by 18 points. Colton Hess bringing it up. There's that man, Anthony Demirov. He has 28 points tonight. It's been a phenomenal game. Fadeaway shot, no good. He's taking a lot of those leaders. Seems like that's his money spot.
Yeah, I feel like he's also got the freedom to take those shots at this point in the game. When you're up by 18, just kind of, keep yourself fresh and start, keep yourself fresh.
One thing to look at is that Crystal Lake South keeping all their starters in. They're just not going to give up. I mean, this just might not be. You got to think, but if there's 3 minutes left and they're up by this many points, you got to play.
There's something to be said about not giving them too much rest because you still want them to keep fresh. You want them to keep their legs.
Yep.
You want them to be able to play a full 32 if need be.
This might just be too much. You see there, they were late on that rotation. They've been late on a lot of stuff, and you just at this point, coach, you're up by 18 points. You're the best team in the tournament so far. And it's really not a question. You have the best player in the tournament so far, Anthony Demirov, but also, Marion Central, of course, you got Christian Bentiker, who had a phenomenal game last game, but you just got to wonder, Demirov had a phenomenal game I mean, it's going to be a battle between them for who's going to win this tournament MVP.
Well, just as you say this, it looks like there might be at least a couple reserves coming in, and I am actually completely wrong as I cross-reference it. I thought I saw a substitution. I think number 5, Trivanilli, is the one who came into the game.
It's all okay. No harm, no foul. 3:52 to go, under 4 minutes, and a great game we've seen today. It's been a tough way going for the Barrington Broncos. And now going down low, it's Carlson. He's been the man in crime the partner in crime for Anthony Demirov.
Barrington had a spark of life at the beginning of the 4th, but it just wasn't enough, and now it just feels like both teams have kind of entered cruise control mode, where we're just kind of floating along.
Without a doubt. We got 3:49 to go, so they changed the clock a little bit, and now Demirov's bringing it up. He's getting held by Nick Piper. A little bit of frustration showing for Nick Piper. It's been a tough day, and he's just showing it all around. And you got to think he's got to keep it cool. You don't want to get yourself ejected or suspended for the next game. You just got to keep your calm. And now Demirov going to the line. He could have 30 points. Maybe they want him to get 30, and then they're going to take him out. Who knows? At this point, they have not taken the brake off the gas. Sorry.
I mean, I'll tell you what. You talk about keeping your cool, but I'd get frustrated too if I was the one tasked with defending Anthony Demirov.
First one is no good, so possibly that could be what cost him his 30 bomb. And oh my goodness, neither team is putting their bench in. They both believe we should keep our starters in. We got to keep them warm, got to keep them going. But, I mean, do you really think you should play them this much, especially Crystal Lake South and especially Barrington? I mean, it's a 19-point game now.
Like I said, I think there's something to be said about keeping those guys fresh and keeping them playing a full 32 in the event that you need it. But, yeah, sometimes you might just want to give them some rest and let them take a load off. As far as Crystal Lake is concerned, like they deserve to.
Here comes LeBlanc, but right behind him is James Carlson. It's Demirov. Give him 30. Why not? Sorry, 31. Anthony Demirov, the best performance we've seen all tournament. He's been unbelievable. 31 points. Are you kidding me?
Guy's a sharpshooter. He can do it from just about anywhere on the court, and that's what makes him so dangerous.
Here's Demirov again. Give him 33. It's just going to keep on piling up and piling up and piling up. Crystal Lake South leads 66-43 by 23 points. 3 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Logan, what do you think the coaches should do here in this scenario?
I think this is where you may see them kind of dip into their bench a little bit. I think now that we've got a stoppage in play, they're just going to let some of the bench take over. But man, Anthony Demirov, 33 points today. We've seen some high-scoring games over the years here at the Hinkle Holiday Classic, but I don't know if we've ever seen a player score 33, or if we have, it's been few and far between.
This timeout is brought to you by Darryl Barnes Photography for portraits, family photos, graduation photos, sports teams photos, and more for all of your photographic needs, Contact Darryl Barnes Photography. You can find Darryl Barnes online at darrylbarnesphotography.com. So, you gotta wonder, what does this mean for Barrington? You dominated your last game. Who did they play again?
They played, put me on the spot here. I don't have my notes out in front of me. They played Elk Grove.
So Elk Grove, they got the win earlier this morning, but they dominated Elk Grove, if I'm not mistaken, and they've been dominated by Crystal Lake South, and this is a scare to every other team in the tournament. Crystal Lake South is putting their team on the map, showing we mean business. We are going to try our very best to win this tournament.
Crystal Lake South came close last year. They lost to Grays Lake Central in the championship game, and they're coming. Some of those guys are coming back with a chip on their shoulder, and they're not going to let this go easy.
So we talked about the bench. Barrington's in, but the whole starting lineup is still in, minus, that is, Carson Trivanelli and Michael Brokos. Other than that, Demirov's still in. He's got 33 points, and I don't think they're going to pull him.
I mean, why not? Just let's see how high he can go, you know?
Maybe 40. How many times has a guy had 40 in the Hinkle Holiday Classic?
I'm not sure if it's ever happened. We've only seen a couple guys top 30. There's a guy on Parlay last year. I can't remember his name for the life of me, but I remember he topped 30 in a game. Someone on Streamwood once before, as AJ Demirov takes a seat on the bench just as we're talking about it.
Standing ovation, much deserved. He's going to finish the night with 33 points, probably near like 6 assists and maybe like 4 boards, if I had to guess. Had a lot of steals, but a big guy you got to look at. James Carlson, he was absolutely phenomenal. He was a great partner in crime. Santorelli for three, no good. And, you know, putting Santorelli in and keeping Carlson in just feels like an unsportsmanlike play here.
I don't know about that one. I think there's something to be said about still keeping some of those guys in. I mean, their bench isn't super deep either. If you look at their bench over there, they don't have that many guys left that aren't in street clothes. So it might just be not having enough guys. But it looks like even as we say that, they're going to start dipping more into their bench.
Pardon me for that. And now here we got a free throw. That's Carson Trivinelli. He is actually a freshman. Wow. Carson Trivinelli, pardon me for not realizing that all game. He is a freshman, and he's played phenomenal. Hasn't gotten much minutes, but of course, you're a freshman. You're not going to really be in the starting lineup. But he's had a great game.
And it looks like the last of the Gators benches come in. Wyatt Orlick, number 12, number 1, Maddox Stroner, and number 33, Cooper Buena entering the game. So they're just going to ride this one out.
And then for Barrington, you have Tyler Schultz, number 5, shooting the 3 there. That is Connor Harris. We got a lot of Connors in this game. A lot of C's. You also have, trying to look out these numbers, number 42, Gus Edstrom, Gus the Bus. A little bit of a quote to the Ravens running back. Baltimore Ravens, that is, in the National Football League. But let's get back to basketball. So, gonna get a nice look, probably our final replay of the day, of the game. And this one, clear contact.
Yeah, just right over his head, and you see what he was trying to do there, but you got to limit that contact.
Christopher Virgilio tried to stop it, and, well, touch the hand. You can't touch the hand.
Absolutely.
Bringing it up, Trivinelli working, gives down low. It's number 20, Virgilio. He loses it, and it's stolen by Barrington. That right there, bringing up number 33, Connor Byard. Shot is no good, and you got to think he's related to Africa, right?
Yeah, the spelling of the last name's a little interesting too, which makes me think there's no way that it just, just chance that they're spelled that same way.
If they aren't, we are horribly sorry for the family of the Byards. And just like that, it's no longer a 20-point lead. So
it might be a bit too little too late, but
just a little. So 66-47, 19-point game, working around, going down low all around. Ring around the rosy right now. Shot is up, and it is good. Carson Trivinelli. First points in a while for Crystal Lake South. The Gators make a nice bucket there. Going down low, it's the other Byard. It's Connor Byard, and the shot is no good.
It's always nice when you get to see reserves make a play like that one, just like that one Trivinelli just made.
Without a doubt. Now working around, that's number 1. Maddox Stroner's in now for Crystal Lake South.
Assume you're going to see them hold a little bit and just kind of drain some of the clock.
Pardon me for not realizing. Oh, no, never mind. Pardon me for not realizing. Now driving inside, Stroner looking, tried to go to Buelna instead. Not with the ball right now, number 12, Wyatt Orlick.
I'm not so sure Crystal Lake's going to shoot this one at the end of all of it.
Will they kill the clock for 45 seconds? That would just be insanity to me. 3 is good. So Maddox Stroner comes in, the junior, and he knocks down a 3. He's on the board. And a timeout called. No, substitutions.
Looks like we're getting some substitutions from Barrington. An absolutely amazing look by Maddox Stroner. I just had said before I don't think they're going to shoot it, but when you get a look like that, you kind of have to take it. Timeout
is called by the Barrington Broncos. So, wait, no. They said timeout on this intercom, so that's my fault. A little bit technical difficulties. Now bringing it up is number 15, Tyler Schultz.
Finn Kamal also in the game for the Broncos.
Going down low, shot from the other pardon me, that is number 21, Ricky Choice. There's Trivinelli. Had to figure out how do you pronounce his name earlier in this one, but we figured it out, and well, I guess we definitely needed to know his name.
Was an impact player for sure for the Gators.
And that will do it, so stay tuned for an interview with Anthony Demirov, who had a phenomenal game. And just being a junior, who knows what's going to happen when he's here in his senior year. 33 points, and that will do it for us as Logan fans. Who did you think was the MVP other than Demirov, of course?
Other than Demirov, I'm going to give a nod to James Carlson, another guy whose name we said often. He was shooting from everywhere pretty much, and he had a fantastic game as well. So I'd give it to James Carlson, but I mean, give him his flowers. But Anthony Demirov, what a performance!
So stay tuned for that interview. I'll be signing off, and Logan Franz is going to finish this up.
Yeah, he was fantastic last year too. Demirov, he's
As a
insane.
sophomore?
Yeah.
What's up? Count to 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. Hi there, everyone. I'm Nate Grendies with the Beacon Academy, and I'm here with the incredible Anthony Demirov. Had 33 points. How did it feel?
Good, but job's not finished. We still got a lot of games that we need to win, and we just gotta keep playing and keep playing hard.
You guys came up short in the championship last year here. Do you think you guys can win it all this year?
Yeah, I think we can. We just gotta, like I said, we just gotta keep playing hard.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And this is Nate Grendies with the Beacon Academy signing off with another great game at the Hinkle Holiday Classic.
This sports broadcast made possible with support from the following. The Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their over 35 area McDonald's restaurants today. Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin and Genesis of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? It's Rosen Express online buying made simple. Visit rosenhyundai.com or genesisofelgonquin.com. Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland. For all your heating or cooling needs, count on Custom Heating and Cooling. Featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. For the best pizza in town, Wise Guys Pizzeria in South Elgin. Check out our new and improved online ordering at I'mAWiseGuy.com. Tom the Plumber is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at TomThePlumberInc.com. And Daryl Barnes Photography for portraits, family and graduation photos, sports team photos, and more. Contact Daryl Barnes Photography at darylbarnes.com.